What is up, guys? I'm back again. Today is going to be a fun one. We are doing final assembly on the LS engine. I still need to install the valve springs, valve seats, and valves inside the cylinder heads and actually install them on the actual motor. So we're pretty much done with that, and I need to get to the transmission. So I will not be porting out these heads. I'm very sorry for those of you that wanted to see that, but these are the notorious 706 heads from Castech. So they have a recall where they tend to crack on the inner bolts, and it actually cracks the cylinder head. So these are not cracked because I did inspect them pretty good, and we're just going to send it. We're pushing some nitrous through this thing, so I want to see what it's going to do or what's going to happen with them. And at that point in time, if I need to, I can swap out the heads. But this is currently what I have on hand. It's the only thing I have on hand besides a whole nother engine. So we're just going to run with it. So let's get to it, guys. Let's quit wasting time. Okay, guys, these are my LS7 lifters from Michigan Motorsports. So we're gonna soak these real quick. We're gonna let these soak for about 24 hours or so. They're already pre-soaked, but I want to make sure they're nice and lubed up. Okay, guys, this is my valve seal kit. So it comes with your actual valve seals, and it also comes with some valve springs. These are matched to my BTR camshaft. So I got these with the actual cam. So these are, I believe they're LS7 lifters, but this is how they came. That's the part number, I'm guessing. But anyway, we're gonna install these valve seats real quick. So we have to install new valve seats on every single cylinder. So we're just gonna use some lube. Of course, WD. And these are pretty straightforward. You don't have to smash these on. They're very easy to install. So I just pop all these on. And then I actually use a socket. This is not the right tool. This isn't the right way to do it. It's just the way I do it and what works for me. So I get the socket. It's a little bit bigger, so it sits on this lip here. And then I slide over my socket and I tap it in with a mallet. So that works for me. So I'll install these real quick. Okay, it bottomed out. You can hear the difference. All right, that's it. All your valve seals are installed. So that's good to go. Then we'll, next up, we'll get the spring. We'll get our valves, actually. So let me bring this up real quick. Okay, these are all my valves. Make sure you keep these in order. So these are all the valves I kept in order, obviously, to each cylinder. So we're just gonna grab the ones that came out of this one. So I could go through it real quick. And I've already did the valve job. So we're just gonna pop these in. We're just gonna pop those in there. Goes in there. Okay, guys, now we're just gonna get our valve spring, install it on the seat, and then you have the valve retainer. So we put that on, and then we have our little keepers. These are the keepers that'll keep the spring seated on the valve. So you just got to use the little tool real quick. Okay, and one trick that I learned over time, if you're doing these and you need to install some new valve springs, push this all the way forward. I don't know if you can see that, but see how the valve is actually touching it there? And then we're gonna snug this up. And then I use my drill to push these down. Okay, so that centered it up by me pushing it forward, and then we get our little keepers. And these keepers have like a little groove on them, so that'll sit there. That'll sit there. I kind of just pinch them with my fingers to hold them in place, and I back off my bolt. And voila. On to the next valve. Pretty simple, pretty basic. So this one's installed. You're good to go. And we'll jump on to the next one. I'll do one more, and then I'll fly through the rest of them. So again, valve spring, put it on. Have my keepers, there are my keepers. And then again, use the tool. Okay, again, tighten it up or snug it up, and then push your spring forward to where it's touching there. And then snug up your bolt just a little bit. And once I start zipping this down, it'll fall right into place. All right, and then we're gonna get our keepers again. We're gonna go down a little bit more. There we go. Get our keepers. And then pinch them with your fingers and back off the bolt. Voila, that one's done. On to the next one. Okay guys, we're all set. The new valve springs, the new valve seats, the retainers, the little keepers are back in. So like make sure they're seated well. Okay, so the heads are pretty much ready to install. So we're just gonna get a clean rag, get some brake clean this surface off, and we'll be ready to install. Okay guys, we're just gonna clean this surface off. Same thing goes with the surface on the actual engine block. Before we install this, guys, we have to install our new LS7 lifters with trays. So we have a few new trays here, and these are brand new trays. These are from Michigan Motorsports. Okay guys, I have my LS7 lifters with lifter trays. They've been soaking for a little while now. So these are the lifters that I got. These are the LS7 kind. So you can see it has the keeper all the way around the lifter. So that's what I needed, and it's a brand new lifter. So brand new trays as well. So we just gotta install these real quick. It doesn't matter where they go, they're all pretty much the same. They are all the same. Just gotta make sure you install them the right way. Okay, they're all in their proper orientation. Now I'm just gonna lube up these lifter tray holes just a little bit so they're easier to slide in. All right, and then pretty easy. Slide in. They're in. Okay, lifter trays are in. Make sure they're flat. And then we have our bolts. These bolts are unique to the lifter trays. There's no other bolts on this LS engine that'll fit. And these are torqued down to inch-pounds. I think it's 109. It's 109 inch-pounds. So it's not much, so you don't got to go crazy on it. That's it. And same thing goes for this one. And that is it. Lifters are installed. Now we could clean out. Before you install the heads, or before I install any heads, I always like to clean out all the bolt holes. And the way I do that, this is an old head bolt that I have, and I use my grinder and I cut a valley through it. So this will clean out all the dirt and debris out of every cylinder. So I just use my drill. Clean my stud off, and then on to the next one. That one has some rust in it. That one was pretty clean. That one has some more rust in it. So you can see how this works. These are all just rusty. Yeah, it looks like all we have in these are rust. And these are the smaller ones, so it won't go in as far. That was just rusty. They don't have much dirt. And last one. And that's it. We still have this tool, handmade tool. Okay guys, these are very important. These are the head dowel pins, but they're like guide pins for the heads to keep everything aligned. You want to make sure those are installed. Okay, so dowels are installed. Okay guys, we're gonna be installing the head gaskets. This is what I have. It's the multi-layer head gaskets. So we're gonna install these. It's obviously labeled with the front. This is the front of the engine. So line up your dowels. Should pop right on. Voila, it's a perfect mating surface. So now we are gonna install the heads, or the last one. So pretty basic. Line up your dowels. On she goes. Okay, now we'll be installing the head bolts. So these are new. These are new torque to yield head bolts from Felpro. There's a part number if you need it. It's a 9260. This is a Gen 3 block. So we're just going to open these up real quick. Okay. All these have been cleaned up. So I know these two are the small ones. So we're just going to set these in. And then we have these two guys, which are the smaller outer ones. These shorter ones always go on the outside. And they even give you these smaller 10 mils that go on the top. Okay guys, the first round we're going to go to 22 foot-pounds. So these get torqued down to 22 foot-pounds on the first round. Okay guys, these are all done. So we went 22 foot-pounds, then we went 70 foot-pounds, then we went up to 72. We're gonna stop there. And these we're just gonna tighten down to 22 foot-pounds. Okay guys, next up we're gonna be installing the push rods. These are just stock push rods. Then we have our rockers. Okay, and all these rockers get torqued down to 22 foot-pounds. Okay guys, so the rockers got torqued down to 22 foot-pounds, all these. We put the push rods in as well. So now we just gotta button it up and put the valve cover on. Nice. Okay guys, and I got new gaskets in here, so I just snug these down by hand. Not crazy tight, just snug. So we got those all tight. Okay guys, that's gonna do it for this one. As you've seen in the video, we were able to button everything up today, so we were successful. The heads are completely assembled, everything's installed, rockers, lifters, everything, valve springs, everything's completely done. We do got to slap on the intake, but we're gonna wait because I got a lift plate, which we're gonna be dropping in to the OBS soon, but that's the way I pick it up from there. And after that, we'll put the intake on and button everything up. But if you are wondering, I do use two driver's side, passenger side valve covers. So basically the way this works, this one is original to the actual LS. It has an oil cap here to add oil, but you could take this valve cover and flip it on the other side, which the oil cap ends up being there. And I do run some AN fittings just so I could run a catch can, so I have no more oil going into the intake, but that works out for me. But yeah guys, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have any questions about the build. Okay guys, that's going to do it for this one. As you saw in the video, we were successful today. The LS engine is completely assembled, bottom and top end. In this video, we went over the heads, the valve springs, the valve seats, how to get that, and also torqued everything down to spec, or the way I like to do it. So up next, we will be doing the transmission, the 4L80E. So I have the rebuild kit. I'm still waiting on my torque converter. But yeah guys, stay tuned for a lot of new and exciting stuff to come. So make sure you comment, like, share, and subscribe. As always, make sure you hit the bell for notifications. If you're not already getting notified about my new videos coming up, you will be. And you can follow me on my Instagram at LowLifeYonquez. I do upload a lot of pictures to Instagram before I'm able to upload anything to YouTube. And as always guys, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you very shortly on the next one.